This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. So welcome again to this new session. Um, so let's wait for one more minute. Then we will start our attendance. But in the meantime, let's start with the blockers. Any questions that you would be having? So any one of you have any questions?
Hi, how are you, Professor?
I'm good. There, thank you. How are you?
Um, I'm good.
Yeah.
What's
Zuhair, do you have a question, there?
so Professor, so for past 3 days I had like a blockage, such as like installing like Linux on my Mac. So it took me like 3 days to get all the information and keep trying. I'm really behind like submitting assignments. But what happened
Mhm.
is that I found out that to run Linux on my Mac would not allow me. First of all, EFI it would not run. I need the new boot manager, and this kind of some security they put over like the new version of the Mac, and so that's why I was like thinking just running doing like a virtual machine rather than because I was planning to. I bought a hard drive. I did it took me some while to get like information about how to like format it and divide it, and the instructions was very different, and then I really screw up the hard drive, so I had to return it, buy a new one, and then after that I fixed the problem. Now when I tried to boot it, it was like, okay, you're not allowed to. No, it says it gave me like an error. It was saying some. I do have a picture of the error. It was
Okay,
saying,
so can you do one thing, Zuhair?
well,
So what I understand from you is that you are not able to spin up a Linux machine where you can practice, right?
yes, booting it using USB, like I removed the security. They have like security, which is doesn't allow you to run any
Okay.
stick on your like Mac,
Yeah.
and you have to allow the access. I allowed the access. I run the stick, and then guess what? Bam! Like nobody really tells you unless you get the error. There's not like the information. It takes so much time to like you invest. It takes like days, and so it
Mm-hmm.
took me quite a while to get where I am.
I got
I
your point. So Zuhair, let's do one thing.
well,
First of all, you should have brought it with me, before, sometime before. So let's do one thing. Can you just create your one AWS account, and we will have EC2 machine quickly spinned up, and then you can quickly start working on that one. That will solve your problem.
okay,
Yeah. So in that way, you do not have to do anything on your machine, because maybe like you said that it's already encrypted, you may not be able to do something on your machine, something is stopping because of the security setup. So the better thing is to have AWS account quickly set up, because it provides you free account for some time, free time to spin up the T2.micro instances for some time, and then you can have quickly one instance up and running. You can log into that instance and then work your practicals.
Okay. 1 second. I'm signing up. Oh crap. Signing in. I'm signing in to the web servers. Okay, I signed in, and it says launch virtual machine, right?
You you signed in where?
Into
AWS?
Amazon services.
Oh, so you already have the account? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying?
I already have the account. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, on the EC2 dashboard, you would see link for launch instance.
I see build solution, launch a virtual machine, build a web app, build using virtual services.
No, I'm sharing my screen just for your convenience. I'm sharing my screen, and I will show you after login what you should be able to see. So now I'm going to log on to my AWS. Okay, once I log in, this should be the landing page, right?
Yes.
And then you would find one EC2. So on the top level navigation, you can go to services, click on it.
Mm-hmm.
Under the compute section, you will find EC2. Click on it,
1 second.
and then you will end up here on the EC2 dashboard page. Click on running instances, or you can also click on EC2 dashboard or instances. You will
Okay.
find this launch instance here.
Yep. I found it.
Yeah, then you have to click on launch instance.
Okay. And then
Yeah,
select the machine.
yeah. So you can select the first machine, select, and then just let it be t2.micro. Do not select greater than t2.micro machine. Configure instance details.
Okay. Like the free
And
eligible one. The one.
yeah, are you on this page after that?
Yes.
Then let it be everything. Let it here be by default. Just change this auto assign public IP. So
Oh,
in this one, choose enable.
wait. To change it to no preference. Make it as continue. Make it no preference.
Yeah, yeah. So in network, let it be default VPC. Subnet, let
Okay.
it be the default one. But in auto assign public IP, select enable.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yes.
Then click on add storage. Everything is good here. Click on next, add tags.
Wi- So add storage and then add tags.
Yes. Then in the add tag, you just like I have given in there is a default text box. Give the key and value. Give the key as name, value as maybe you can name it uh, test machine, or whatever the topic we will be covering. Just name it like that, like Jenkins or Docker or whatever, because so that you can be able to understand this machine you created for that purpose only.
Okay.
Then go next to configure security group.
Okay.
Whatever the security group you would be having by default, or let's do one thing for the first time, create new security group, let it be the same,
Okay.
and give the security group name here. You can see my screen here. You give the new name. Uh,
What should I
Give it
give it?
like this. New security group, something like this, right?
Okay.
And then see it carefully here in the in the section where we have to choose for what all IPs and ports we need to enable so that what all traffic should come to our machine which we are spinning up. Here we need to set it up as all traffic. Initially just set it up for all traffic.
Okay.
All traffic, all ports should be all source custom. This is good. And let it be like this 0.0.0.
Okay. Okay. 0.0.
In this way we are saying any IP, any port between this range.
Okay.
Review and launch,
Review and launch. Okay.
right?
Yeah, okay.
In the next, it will say you this. This is a warning. It says that your security group, your security settings are pretty much wide, open. So we are good with that. We do not have any problem. Launch. Click on launch.
Okay.
Then on this page where you have to select an existing key pair, because you're doing it for the first time, select from the first drop down, create a new key pair, right?
Okay.
Then give a name here. Maybe you can give any name, AWS key, right?
Okay.
Then do one thing. First of all, you need to download it. Download key pair,
Okay. Downloaded.
right? And then after you downloaded it, then you have to click on launch instance. This one. This you would be having this enabled. Just click on launch instance.
Okay. Done.
Done. Then you would see that your instance would be up and running in some time. So it will take around 2 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes. Once you are, then you can go to the instances. On the left side, you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Instances. Here you will find one instance pending. In the pending state, then it would be in the running state,
Okay. Got it. It's
right?
pending. Yes, it's on
Yeah.
pending.
So in some time it will be up and running, and you would see the 2 by 2 checks also,
Okay.
and then you can be able to log into that machine.
It says running right now.
Yeah, so you have to wait for the 2 by 2 checks.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can wait for 5 minutes, and then you can be able to log into that machine using the PEM key file that you have downloaded. So
Oh,
the PEM key that you have created and you downloaded, it would be in your downloads folder.
yeah, I have found it, yes.
Yeah, and then you can be able to log in. So that's a pretty much introduction. I thought good to give you so that you can quickly start up because we are in very advanced stage now, and this is all we covered in the early stages. So uh, just practice that, and then practice all the practicals that we have covered till now. That would be good.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Thanks. So I think every one of us is here. So let us start quickly with the attendance and yeah. So, do we have Farwa here? Zuhair is here, yes.
Um,
And Jyotsna?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Jyotsna. Kruti? Kruti, okay, I forgot. Yeah, I think she'll ping. You're here, okay. Kevin?
I'm here.
Okay, Kevin, thank you. Tashimuddin?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Saravni?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Saravani. Priyanka?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Priyanka. Chinmay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Chinmay. And Upama?
I'm here.
Okay, Upama, thank you. Upama, you was absent yesterday. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
So I shared the yesterday recordings with you. Please go through that, and if you have any question, please ask here. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure. Thanks. Mahmudul Hassan.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, thank you, Mahmudul. And Jarges. Jarges
Hey,
is
I'm here.
here. Yeah, thank you, Jarges. Okay.
No problem.
So only Farwa is not here today. Yesterday she was also okay. So again, guys, the same question. Do we have any blocker? Any question?
Kamal, I have a question. I mean, it's not a question, it's just something I am facing problem with. Like even earlier during Jenkins session, I mentioned that whenever I'm running a build, like whenever I'm building that test Java project, Game of Life one, the building process itself is taking so long. It literally took 1 hour once. And when it is building, I cannot access my EC2 instance or Jenkins. Like I cannot move the page also if I'm on the console of that building process.
Um,
Is
well, I have experienced one thing, like if you are away from the machine for like let's say for more than 10 minutes or sometime more than 15 minutes, so it will stuck there because it have a default time period of logging you out automatically. So that I can say that I have experienced, but apart from that, it should not be a problem because I'm also working for a very long time. So you're building something on Jenkins, and immediately you are not able to log in or you're not able to do something on the machine. That's a kind of weird.
so is there any setting or something I might have done which I forgot and I couldn't trace it? But I checked so many pages on Jenkins that I didn't do any settings for the time log or something. But I am on the machine, like I am doing something. It's not that I started the build and I started doing something else. I was on the machine, like I was doing something, but
So
still
you
it.
are on the machine only. You was doing something, and then suddenly you was not able to do anything on the same machine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that EC2 instance where my Jenkins is running, that one uh, I couldn't do anything. So eventually I have to come out of the machine. Even for that I couldn't do it. So I literally closed my Git bash and then restarted that instance, and then I could
So
do it.
can we do one thing, Priyanka? Can you just install the this putty also? Let's try to do login to your EC2 instance from putty also.
Okay. Last time you mentioned, but I thought that it was from Jenkins, so I was keep like I was still looking for the options in Jenkins. So but maybe now
No,
I think I should go ahead with the putty.
there should not be something on the Jenkins because we did not have changed anything on the Jenkins like default timeout periods, anything. Uh,
No, I might have
there,
done it. I was exploring things when you did Jenkins that time, so maybe I tried installing again, so that's why it didn't work out. But I'll go ahead with putty, and then if the same thing happen, then I'll see, I guess.
sure. So
When I
there is yeah, there is putty also, there is super putty also. Super putty will give you the advantage of having so if you see my screen, let me share again. If you see my screen, like you can see this terminal, I can have multiple tabs here, one, two, three. I can have multiple tabs here. So
Yeah,
the super putty will give you the advantage of having multiple tabs on the
multiple
same
tab.
machine, but putty it will have one only.
Okay,
So, but both the tools are very powerful. They are lightweight. It's very fast for you to just download and install.
okay, so I can do that then. Thank you.
Sure, sure, sure. And Okay. So any other question, guys? So okay, I have a question for a few of few of the candidates. First of all, I would like to mention few of the names. Like I used to have a lot of questions from Chinmay, Priyanka, and Pahlavi, and like Zuhair also used to ask Georges, and then if I Kevin also, Kevin's work is also updated. He used to ask the question, but very occasionally I heard anything from Upama, Josna, Sravani, and Kruti. You never asked any question. So why I'm mentioning your names is because I want to understand whether every one of us here, we are understanding the things, and we are having good understanding of what we have covered till now.
I mean, I'm still not on the same page, but I'm trying to catch you up, guys. I mean, I missed two up sessions, so I'm still lagging behind. That's why I'm unable to understand the each day session because I did not go through the last day session.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to disturb you guys. I mean, you are still because since you are, it's not your fault. That's my fault. So that's why I'm not disturbing. It's not that I don't have any questions. I have many questions.
No, no, no problem. That's not about the fault, Josna. So that's why my intention always is to have everyone on the same page. Yesterday, I stopped a bit early because we covered a lot of practical things. Then we were just going to start with the VPC. Then I thought better it
Yeah.
would be better, if everyone first understand the things, and then they at the same time they will maybe they will have some time to practice it also. So this way, I'm not moving very fast also, but you can ask some questions also, like if you think that you are a bit behind, you want to go because like just like judges have this Zuhair have done. Just now I came to know that Zuhair is having some problem with the EC2 machine. Then I thought it good to better. I could have told him like you just create the EC2 machine. Then I'm sure that he would face some problem in the security group. He may be able to create the machine, but then when he will be trying to access the machine, then definitely he would not be, because security group, when you use the default one, you need to make changes initially. So I thought it good to have everything here on the recorded line also. So same way, I mean, if you have anything that I can be able to help you here, because now the good thing with this session is we have other ones also. They quickly pitch in, they will give solutions. So like I still remember yesterday, I think someone asked the question, and then quickly I think Pelavi or someone, they quickly pitched in, and then they give the answer like Java 11 should be installed. So that's a good thing that's happening right now.
Yeah. I'll try to catch up as soon as I can.
Sure.
I'm trying. Trust me.
That would be great. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about you, Sravni? Okay, I got a message from Kruti. So, okay. So, that would be great. That's good to hear that you are practicing, and then you're quick catching up also. So, if you face any problem during Tomcat, during Docker and AWS, just you can email also. So, whenever I would see that email, I can be able to reply you back. Okay. And Sravni, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Uh, okay. So, but how I cannot, I'm not able to see. So you have logged in from another channel also?
Myself? No.
Because I can see you mute.
Oh, no, I
It,
just have
Okay, no problem. So, do you have any question? Like, I just want to understand, are you on the same page with the other here? I mean, with what we are doing?
Yeah, I have done till Docker. I didn't like I have to do last class
Mm-hmm.
with the
Okay.
sonar cube. Yeah, when I
Okay.
was doing this sonar cube,
Mm-hmm.
code coverage was zero. I don't know why.
For the same project?
Yeah,
And have you given the same? So it's I just put it the sonar queue very simple because I'm not using the using the explicit database. It's just default database, so it should be very fine, straightforward. After you integrate it in your Jenkins through the Maven plugin, it would upload the result for the same project.
yeah. Every vulnerabilities, all those things are same as you got, but the
Mm-hmm.
code coverage was 0%.
Okay, no, it shouldn't be like that. So, do you
Yeah,
want
that's
to
only.
share your screen to show it?
Right now it's not running.
Okay. So let's do one thing. Maybe in tomorrow session, let it be in the running state, and
Okay.
then we can quickly go through it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. And about you, Pama, initially I used to get questions from you. You used to ask questions, but then I saw that in the last 5 to 6 sessions, there is no question from you.
Nowadays, like when you do it, I just try to look at it, and after you upload the videos, I work on it.
Okay,
So
so
if I
you are
have like
good.
any questions, I just go back to the video and then work on it, and that way I am not having like any questions so far.
Awesome. That's awesome, Upama. Sure. Okay, thanks for that. And if you have any other, like if you are not able to resolve that through the video also, you can email anytime. So like same thing, whenever I will see that one, and I used to see it often. Not over the weekend, it will take some time, but normally it will not take much time for me to respond back.
Yeah, if I have any questions, I will email you.
That would be great, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your uh, whatever you're working on sharing here. Thanks. Now let us start on our VPC. Yesterday we started with the VPC, and then I thought it good to just continue in the next session. So let me share my screen again. So here I'm going to go to the VPC. And one more thing, guys. So what I've done yesterday, I have shared this document also. Like I've created the some few facts about the VPC. I shared with you. Any question on that one also? So yesterday, what we have done is we created one VPC, named it fifth VPC, and then we created the subnets, two public, two private. Here you can see created the subnets associated with the VPC. Here you can see this is the VPC. Name is fifth VPC. And then you can see here, like we have created it for 16 IP subnet for 16 IPs, but we can see only 11 IPs. The reason is it will have four IPs, the initial four IPs and the last one IP it will reserve for the internal purpose. All the subnets, each subnet, you can see that we created four subnets. It have reserved four initial and last. In this way we have 11 IPs. And then now I'm going to go to the route table, right? Here we have one of the route table as the main route table. Here we can see which is associated with our default with our VPC which we have created. Fifth, you can see here. So now I can go here, I can name it public RT. So I have created one document here also, like create, first of all you need to create the VPC, then create subnet, public and private, then create route table, public and private. I'm going to create the public now. So this is the public RT. Uh, Actually, I did not have created it. It's already there. Like I said, that it's a main, and so every time when you create the VPC, one route table will all also be created. That will be marked as the main. Now I created the route table, routes. So subnet association. Here what I'm doing is edit subnet association. I'm adding the public only. This is public and this is public. Save. Okay, I added the subnet here. Going to the route. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing for create route one. I'm going to create one route table. Private RT. VPC is same with fifth VPC. This one. Create. So why I'm going to create the public and private, because if you have heard about this one, so in our environment we used to have some machine or a part of setup that we do not want to want to be accessible by the internet very frequently, very easily. You can have your front end application along with other applications that can be accessed from the internet easily, but not the other machines or other instances. Example could be your database. Nobody wants their database to be easily accessible right away through by from the internet. So I want to protect it. I want to have the traffic in a private mode, so that obviously I need to get out on the web to fetch something, to search something. So I can go outside, but I cannot, somebody cannot enter inside. So there's a private subnet. Public, anyone, I can go out, anyone can come out. Like we have an application as Amazon or any other public application where people can reach out to you, they can do the things, and you can also reach out to, from application you can reach out to the web. So that's a public internet, public route table we create for that. And then we have the private here. Subnet association, edit. We have private and private. Save. Now we have the public and private. Now let's see what next. Associate subnets with route table. Create internet gateway and attach VPC. And so create internet gateway. I will go to the internet gateway. Create internet gateway. Hmm. I will attach to VPC. VPC is attached now. Awesome. Create internet gateway, attach VPC. In public route table, create route. I'll come back to the here, and in the public route table, edit route table. uh, how it was actually. Destination is this. Edit routes. edit routes. So now I created the internet gateway. It's here, the station is here, routes. Create internet gateway and dashboard. So what I will do here is edit, add route. So I will find here. I will add this and internet gateway. This one. This is the one which I have created. I attach to it so that I'm saying that from public any range, this is the IP, this is the port, any range and port can come inside and they can the traffic from inside also they can go outside. So this is good. Save routes, close. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the NAT gateway here. So public route table, I've done this. Create internet gateway attach VPC. This is already we have done. Now create a NAT gateway. So we have to choose one public IP so that the traffic can go outside. So some VPC is 5th. We have public subnet. This one, so I can choose this. Here I have written in the option give public subnet and the option for elastic IP. Enter an allocation ID, or what I can do is and the option for elastic IP select create. So here I can create. So new elastic IP have been created. Create a NAT gateway, and then we have to edit the route tables also. Then in the route table add the route for public subnets. Then edit route tables. We will go to the private route table. Here edit same thing. Then for public subnet add route. Now it will come. This is the NAT we have created. Save routes, close. Now we have all the associations and all the route table setting up properly. So, and last, for the public IPs, enable modify auto assign IP settings properly. What we can do is I think in we need to go to subnets maybe, or VPCs, I think. What it is saying, and last for the public IPs, enable modify auto assign IP settings. Auto assign IP4. Okay, save it. Public subnet A, public subnet B. Save it. And then I think this is good. Now it is good. So let us see what will happen. So we have our VPC up and running now. Now this is how we have created manually. So you can see that it took roughly 15 minutes maybe, or maybe I mean between 10 to 15 minutes it have taken for us to create this complete VPC. Along with the VPC, we have created the subnet, we have created a route table, we have associated the subnets with the route table, we created the internet gateway and the NAT gateway. So the complete process have taken close to between 10 to 15 minutes. When we will be talking, when we'll start with the Terraform, in that one I will show you how you can create VPC in just, uh, I think, 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes, and it will all be now we have done manually, so there will be a chance of some error also. But when we do it through the Terraform, there will be no chance of error, because it will not allow you to move forward if it have any error. First thing. Second, you would be having greater control, like you created VPC. If you want to edit it or update it, you can do that one also. And then ultimately, if you do not require it, then you can be able to destroy it also at the same time. So it's all been this is the power of Terraform, the automation. We call it infrastructure as a code also. So I will tell you in detail about the same. But for now, we have created it. Now let us go to the dashboard, EC2 dashboard here. So whenever now you will try to have the instance up and running, here you can do launch instance, select, and then you can have the same t2.micro, install details, subnet. You can have no there's first here you need to select the VPC. Now we have the fifth VPC. You can select this one, and you can see here, like default it is subnet B. If I select the public subnet A, it will show me like 11 IP addresses available. But for B, it is showing 10. Why? Because if you remember, when we created the NAT gateway, we have chosen public subnet B, and then we have created elastic IP. So it have consumed again one more IP for that elastic IP. So that's all fine. I am selecting A. Now the interesting thing for you to notice here is, guys, I'm telling you here only. Whenever this instance would be up and running, just notice the IP of that machine. It will not going to be 10.0. Or if this is A na, so it will not going to be 10.0.0.0. It will not going to be 10.0.0.1 or 2 or 3. What I think is it should be 10.0.0.4. Let us see. So here enable, then add storage. It's all good here. Add tags, name. I'm good with the existing one. And can you not get that? My previous. Oh, this is not what I want. So this is the problem actually. Okay, no problem. I'll get it. Review and okay. Review and launch. Launch. I'm good with this. I have this key. Launch instances.
Okay, so Kamal, so basically you want to, what you're doing here is like you want to create your own personal network. That is what you're trying to do.
Yes. So we have
Okay.
created our own network, our own personal network, and which means that occasionally we require our own network. Like you can treat it as a VPN also. So
Yeah, yeah.
and you can have your instances inside that. And so it will be separate from the another environment and the network. And then you can have multiple such environments. So I can show you on my organization AWS account. We have multiple environments. We have created the VPC first for all these environments, and then we have started creating the machine inside that.
Okay, so each and every employer of the organization will have one IP in that like this, in that private IP, right? Every machine will have
Oh,
one.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, now you can see here it have given 10.0.0.6. Now after 10.0.0.3, it all depends on the internal mechanism. It will give you any IP between. So let me try to show you here. So like I said that 10.0.0.0, 10, or let me here only, 1, 2, 3. This one and the last one is the last IP. So it will not allocate from these IPs, but yeah, from the other range, from the other 11 IPs, it can allocate any IPs. So it could be your 10.0.0.4, or it can be your 10.0.0.0.14. So it will not going to allocate any IP from this range. And apart from it, we have the range of 10.0.0.4 till 10.0.0.15. So within this range, it can allocate any IP, any private IP. The same thing it have done here. So we have 10.0.0.6, and if you create a second machine, it will give you any other IP from the rest of the IPs. So this is what I want to show you here to have better understanding of it. Now we will use this machine.
One
Yeah.
thing. So can we fix this IP? But I don't want to take these automatically. I want to fix them.
Uh, you mean to say that static IP?
Yes, yes. Because when you create the VM, it take the 10.0.0.6 automatically. But what if I fix those IP, because I want to fix that. System didn't
Well,
decide.
I need to. I'm not sure about that one because in your internally, if you have started up the static as the so there are two mechanism for the internet gateway. One is the static, one is dynamic. By default, it's all dynamic. But internally, when you have given the a subnet range, that is the static. So we have given one static IP range. From that one, it will take the private IPs. But you can see public IP will always be dynamic. So here, in one sense, we are giving as a kind of hard coded as a static. So internally for our machine, if you again in within the machine also, if you want to give that one, I need to check that. I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
Mhm. I think if you give the static IP, it will be intranet, not the internet. You can check.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. But here, we have given the static range, subnet range, but within that range also, if you want to give the one IP, allocate one IP per machine, that we need to check. Okay. So now this machine is up and running. I'm going to tell you the second thing now. So let me just log on to this machine. Um, Let me take this SSH. sorry, hyphen. If I will not give hyphen, I will not take it. Download AWS key.pem is it to user at this. Okay, in the meantime, it logs in. So now I'm going to tell you the very important part of the AWS, which is IAM. Let us go there. So this is all about your access management policies. So IAM gives you all the privilege to create users groups. You must have seen that, ideally, you have whenever you will join any organization, they will put you inside some groups, because it is not good to give direct access to any machine, any system, direct access to that one. So what we used to do is we used to create the groups would be having the access. So it would be like, we have a DevOps group, we have a dev group, we also have a we can say DBS. DBS do not want to go to the do not want to go to machine to run something. They can have some read permission, whereas the dev team, they do not have to have the permission of triggering the DB deployment, DB scripts. So we can manage that at the group level. So we have the groups which we have created, and we will add the users to the group, and then whatever the permission will be we have given to the group, same will be applied to the user also. So same thing you can see here, we have groups, users, roles, and policies. So let me just create one user here. So I already have created DevOps, and we can use this one also. I think I have the credential for this, but for your convenience, what I'm doing is I am going to create, because we are going to start with the Ansible, so I'm going to create one user with the name Ansible. Sorry, the way is to add user, give the name Ansible. So I want the programmatic access for it, enables an aid access key ID and secret access key ID. So now you will see how we can use the access key and secret access key. Next, permissions. So because I already have the policies defined, so that I can choose the I already have created the group, where with the group I already have assigned the policies. I will show you how you can do it. So now I'm assigning it the admin group to it. No need for it. Review. All good. Okay. So guys, let me tell you one thing very important, very important rather I should say. You can see access key and this secret access key in the hidden mode. Never ever share your access key and secret access key with anyone. Right now you can see my access key, but it will be nothing without the secret access key. So it is just a request to you all, never share your access key, secret access key with anyone, with your close friend also, never. Because I have faced one issue, not just once, twice I have faced this issue. In July 2018 I was working on one of my project, and I was working on the same My Media Wiki I have shown you earlier also on my GitHub. So I pushed something, and along with that one, so I used to, unfortunately, I used to have this access key and secret access key in the same folder. I pushed that, and then it was uploaded to my GitHub. And after I think half an hour, I got an email from the AWS that my account had been compromised. I did not, give a. I mean, I don't took it seriously at that time. I thought this is just another email from the AWS. But after I came after 2 hours, I restarted working on the same project. I saw that. 20 big machines were running in all the regions, and I've shown you yesterday how many regions are there. So you can see here, uh, these are all the regions. So 20 big machines were running in all the regions, and then in I think by the time I stopped all these instances in all the regions, it it took like half day for me, and the next day I saw that the bill was of $1,600. That was for me over here. It was something around 1,20,000 something. So in the same day, in 4 to 5 hours, the bill was $1,600. So these are the activities that are still happening on the web. But I'll ask you not to try it also, because in my team, when I joined this organization last year, I shared the same experience, and then one of my team member, I think he didn't believe me. He tried to do the same thing, and immediately same thing happened in our team also. We got a bill of 85,000, but because I was aware, I was having a good amount of information how to tackle this information, this situation, so bill was not very high. But then, this is information from my side. Do not test it on your, because you would place yourself in a trouble, and you will get a big bill. You'll not be able to pay that. So that just a word of caution. So I created the Ansible user here, and then I will download this CSV. Download this CSV because it will not be available next time, and secret access key will not be available next time. So you just download this CSV, it will be having your access and secret access key. Okay, so I have this user, I close it, it's all gone. So now you can see that I have this Ansible also here. Before that, what I have done is I created one group also here, admin, and it's simple. Like, you create the group, attach the permission to it. So I have attached two permission to this group. Create new group. Let's say I will create a new group for DevOps GRP. Next step. So now here we have to assign policy to this group. So you can directly assign policy like administrator access. I'm giving administrator access here, and then I'm also giving the system administrator. So if you have these two permissions, you can do anything, or the user can do anything on your machine. So I would again, you can, for initially you can use this for testing, but then do not have a habit of giving these full permissions to the users, to the groups. Next, so I have these policies. Create group. Now I have the second group here also. Admin group, I have two users that attach to it. So what I can do is, I can go in users, Ansible groups, add user to groups, DevOps group, add to groups. So now the same user is added to admin and the DevOps group, both. This is how you can handle. Now I have this user with the name Ansible. Now what I will do is I will go to my machine, the same machine which I have created. So why it is taking this much of time? Oh, let me check one thing here. Where is the security group? Security group is the default. This one. Oh, how it got this here. So what I will do is I will remove this with 0.0. Save. Okay, now I would be able to access my machine now. Yes. Okay. So, guys, I will going to tell you interesting facts here also how you can, access your stuff from your AWS account through the API on your machines. This is the easy to machine. You can have your local machine also after configuration. After you make a contact with the AWS, you can be able to, through the commands only, you can be able to do a lot of work also. So I'll tell you everything. Let us take a quick break of just 5 to 7 minutes. We'll gather again and then we'll continue from here only. Okay, guys. So back again. Yeah. Let me quick. I'm sharing my screen. So, guys, till now, any question?
No.
No.
Great, great. Sure. Fine. So I logged in here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the AWS SDK software development kit so that I can configure my access key and secret access key to talk to the AWS. So there are two ways how you can how I mean your machine can talk to the AWS. There are two ways. The first way is to configure the user details like the access key and secret access key, and the second way is to create the IAM role and then configure that role. So you must have remember when we used to launch the instance, in the first page only it will ask for IAM role. So if you have that IAM role, just attach your machine with it. Then you do not have to configure the access key and secret access key. It will automatically be able to, through the API, it will automatically be able to talk to the AWS, and then according to the permission, you can do anything from that machine. So now to install it, AWS SDK, the best way is to install it through the pip. Now let me check whether we have Python here. So Python we have here, yes. So what I can do is, oh, okay. So what we can do is pip also we have. Do we have pip here? Pip is not here. Sudo yum install. Okay. Sudo yum install Python pip. So we have Python 2 hyphen pip. I think we're good with this. Okay. So let me check which pip we have. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is sudo hyphen I pip install AWS SDK. Is it AWS SDK or it just, let me check. Sorry. Yeah. So now AWS is installed. Once you find this successful, so now what you can do is you can run this command AWS. Okay. This is always problematic for me. So let me do one thing. Sudo yum install Python 3. We have Python 3, so we will be having Python 3 pip also. Okay. So now we will be having pip 3. Yes, we have pip 3. Let me quickly check here. pip3 command to install AWS SDK. We have pip here. Oh, okay. Sorry, it should have been AWS CLI. I given AWS only last time. So pip install AWS CLI. Okay. So now if I give the command AWS, oh, I think we're good now. Required command. Yeah, I think we're good now. So you need to execute it without root. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to configure it. So if you have to give this command, see this carefully, AWS configure, it will ask for your access key ID. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to uh, stop sharing the screen. I'll configure the access key and secret access key. So you have to give you need to open your Excel sheet that you have downloaded. Just copy your access key, paste it here. Again it will ask for the secret access key. Copy your secret access key, paste it here. Then it will ask for your region. So you need to give region. So I am in which region? So I am in Oregon region, right? So Oregon region means US West 2. So you need to give the US West 2 there, and then it will ask for the format of the output, whether you want it JSON or the table. Choose it table. So now I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay, let me open my Excel sheet in the downloads folder, credentials.csv. It is not opening. Yeah, okay. So user is Ansible. I'm copying the access key. Paste it here. Enter secret access key. Paste it here. Then default to region name US West 2. Default output format is table. Awesome. I've configured it. I can close my sheet. I can start sharing my screen now. Okay. So you can see my screen now here. And going back, so I have configured the credentials. Now when I will run the command aws iam get user from the terminal, awesome. So you can see here username Ansible. We have configured user ID is this one. We already have created this user in our AWS account, so I can be able to see it here also. So now you can run all those commands right away from your machine. to handle your resources, AWS resources. So whatever you can do manually on the AWS console, you can do it from here also, like creation of instance, giving all the required values, and then creation of databases, any other resource that you can do it from terminal here. So just wanted to show you this way also, like you have to configure and then you are good to go. When we will be working with the Terraform, we will configure our machine, and then uh, we can be able to work with it easily. So this is what I wanted to show you today. uh, I mean, in the AWS only. So AWS is done. You have to practice now, practice as much as you can on the AWS. So though there are a lot of things that we can go and cover, but I think these are the good one for you to start with. And like as always, let us just destroy our VPC. That this is very important, because I know that when you will go and you will uninstall, you will destroy your VPC, you will face some problem. Let us see what problems would be there. So I'll go to the VPC. You cannot directly go and delete your VPC from here, like VPC and then delete VPC. No, you need to delete the uh, the other connection that we have created for the same VPC. Like we have created the NAT gateway, right? And we configured this NAT gateway in the route table here. This is the private route table is here. So what I can do is edit route table. I will remove this, save route, close. I'll remove this private and delete route table. Note that the following route table cannot be deleted. So yeah, these kind of problem, these route table have association and cannot be deleted. So let me just remove the associations. Edit the associations. I remove the associations. Yes, now private RT, delete. Now I can delete it. So creation is deletion is as much important as the creation. That's why I just thought of deleting in front of you, because you would not be able to delete it if you go directly to delete VPC, delete publics. So this is how you can be able to delete. So now we are left with public RT. And first of all, let me just also edit sub this one. Let me disassociate here also. Okay, and then the internet gateway. Let me detach from VPC. Yes, network VPC has some mapped public addresses. Please unmap those public addresses before detaching. Let me do one thing. Uh, because we have one instance that is up and running. Let me first destroy that, terminate that. Because if this machine is also running, we cannot be able to delete VPC. Terminate. And this whatever we are doing manually, this is all very easy, like creation and destroy. It's all very easy when we handle it from the Terraform itself. Okay, so now this machine will take some time to terminate. Internet gateway detached from VPC. Let me go here again. This is shutting down. So NAT gateway. Now we can delete this one. Deleting. So NAT gateway is deleting. We have created the elastic IPs also. Let us try to delete this elastic IP. Mhm. These are dissociated. So is it done? Shutting down. Okay, so it's terminated. Let me go here now, and we have this public. We cannot delete this one because it's the main one. Nothing to do with this. Okay, the routes we have to, yeah, that's why we were not able to. So let me just edit this, detach from here, save routes, close. That's good. Now internet gateway detached from VPC. Yes, this is now detached. So this is the default one. That's good. We detached it. Elastic IP was one that we need to, yeah. Now we can be able to uh, release. Yeah, now it is being released. Now we can go ahead to remove all the subnets 1 2 3 4 that we have created. Delete subnet, delete it. Awesome. Now I can go ahead to delete the VPC. Delete VPC. VPC is deleted. Okay, sounds good. This is all done, and you can recheck NAT gateway. It's deleted. It will be gone in some time. And then you have internet gateways. It is detached. Route tables. It's all good. And subnets, it's all good here. VPC is all good. So we have deleted it successfully, everything. This is how you also will be able to delete it. Okay. So now, guys, it's a very crucial stage for us because we have completed AWS also. Um, we have completed Docker also. Now we are going to start with the Ansible. And before we start Ansible, first of all, if you have any question till now, please let me know. And second thing, if you have any idea about the Ansible, about the configuration management, let us share that one also, just to build our good understanding. So any one of you, you have heard about Ansible, if you have heard about the configuration management, let us share here. That would be a good conversation. Okay, so let me start with that. So Ansible is basically a configuration management tool which will take care of the configuration on your different machines. So you have seen till now that whenever we start any EC2 instance, EC2 machine, if we have to install any application, we go onto that machine to manually install that application. The latest example is of the Python 3 and the AWS CLI. So I created the machine. I went in inside. I logged in inside that machine, and then sudo yum install Python 3. It installed the Python 3 package, Python version of the Python. Along with it, there were some supporting packages that were installed, like the pip 3. And pip3 again is very useful tool to install the few of the application that are based on boto packages, so we installed them very quickly. Now it's all manual. So we have installed in the past also, we have installed the Java JDK, we have installed Maven, we have installed let's say SonarQube, we have installed Jenkins also. So it's all manual. So we created the machine, we logged inside that machine, and then we installed it. How about a mechanism like automation which will do the same for us? Like whenever we have the machine, it will automatically start execution on it, and then it will install all the required basic packages on it, so that the machine would be ready for the next step, next process. So this is all about configuration management. This is one thing we know, that we need to install a lot of application, but the another part of it is, whenever you join an organization, so there is a system admin who used to create the user account for you. Then they also used to create machine for you. They build your machine, they will assign it to you, and then they will put you in some roles to restrict your access within the organization, so that you would not be able to access everything. For an example, you cannot access the production environments whenever you will initially, whenever you will join any organization. So they do not want you to touch their production boxes. So they want you to first have some hands on the lower environments. Then probably after seeing your progress, they will give you the access on production environment. So this is about the access. Now let's say assume that on the daily basis, it's a big organization. On the daily basis, we have 5 to 6 employees, or maybe 10 to 15 employees who are joining. So is it possible that system admin will sit and they will just run through all the commands on the different machines, and then they will prepare your machine, they can hand it over to you? So it's very tedious, it's very error prone also at the same time. And this is not the suggested way of doing the configurations on the different machines. This is one part. Again, let's say that you have to create a service account. Maybe for an application you have to create a service account, or you need to update the configuration of. So I remember that when I was working for Royal Bank of Canada. There we have had a security patch that we need to install on our all the Linux boxes. Now, to install that security patch, there were two ways: whether to automate the process to have all those instances being the part of same automation. They can talk to that automation, and then that automation can push that security patches on all these machines. Second, system admin along with his team, they can log on to those boxes to install that security package. So we have chosen the first way of automating the complete process. We started with the Ansible. We have covered all the Linux machines. So when I say all the Linux machine, it means we were having close to, I think, close to 7,000 machines where we have to install that security patch. And if we have to go by manual, it's a kind of complete project for us to complete this, and it will take more than a month. So we have a tool here which will take care of all your requirements. So we call it configuration management. So a tool which will take care of the configuration of the machine, what you not we want to install, what you want to uninstall, and about the security patches, about creation of accounts, everything. So Ansible is such a tool which will take care of all your configuration management requirements for your complete set of boxes in your environment. So it is a when Red Hat came up with this idea, they basically started with the Linux machines only. Till now, also, I think, as of today, as of best of my information, we cannot have a Windows machine as a Linux, uh, this Ansible server machine. We can manage Windows machine, but we cannot have it as a server machine. So there are few things about the Ansible, like it works on the SSH port, and you know that SSH port is the 22 number 22. So it works on SSH port, and then it requires your password to log onto that machine. But we do not do that because we used to have the it requires the passwordless connection for a seamless execution. For passwordless connection, you know how you can be able to make it up. And then it started with the Linux. Now it can cover your worker node, Windows node as a worker machines. I mean, when I say worker, a machine which needs to be configured, we can do that one. So these are the few things about it. Importantly, when someone talks about in interview, when someone talks about Ansible, they may ask you about the protocol that it uses. So it uses the SSH protocol, which runs on 22 port. That's very important. Now the installation of Ansible is very simple. It's very easy and fast. So for the same, what we can do is, for your convenience, what you can do is you just create a test machine here, and then you can start doing your work there. But you just to save some time here, because it will take some time to just create the machine, and then it will take some time to have the 2 by 2 checks. What I'm going to do is I will quickly create one Vagrant machine here. I will show you how to install the Ansible quickly. Okay, so Vagrant status not created. Sorry. Let me name this machine as Ansible, not the Docker. Insert mode, Ansible, and then here also it's ansible.example.com. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay guys, so I have changed it here. So now why can't so again, Ansible installation process is also simple and two-way process. Whether either you can install it from pip, or you can install directly sudo yum install Ansible. Yeah, it's all done. Okay, so now I'm going to install it. Sudo yum install Ansible. Let us see whether we have the Python sudo yum install Python 3. Yeah, Python 3 is here. So why? So I'll tell you. So there's a simple way sudo yum install Ansible. Let's see how we can do it from pip install Ansible using pip with pip3, and there was one more CentOS. We have docs also. Okay. The yum install. Yeah, I installed Python pip install Ansible. Okay. So it would be simple. Here also you can see for CentOS, for RHEL CentOS. So it's simple through yum install Ansible. This way you can install it. And so let us go this way only. So you can use this way also. You can try this one also, pip install Ansible. Okay. Pip3 install Ansible. This is 2.9.4 package. Permission. Oh, okay. Okay, so Ansible installed, we can check the version. Hyphen version, sorry. Awesome. So we have Ansible installed here, and the version is 2.9.4. Okay, so now we have Ansible installed here. Let us do one thing. From tomorrow, we'll start with the Ansible and everything, all the stuff related to Ansible. So what we will do is we will start with the basic commands. We will go forward how you can install, uh, quickly configure one machine with the Ansible, and then how you can install it there. I will show you on the Vagrant, and then I will show you on the EC2 also, so that you will get the idea about both the machines. Or what we can do is we can directly start on the EC2 to save some time. Then I will show you how you can configure multiple machine with the Ansible. So we'll try to install the Java. We'll create the playbooks. I will tell you the concept of roles also, concept of playbooks, and inside playbook we'll write some tasks what to do. And then we will apply those playbooks on the target machines. How to do that, when I tell you, I will let you know about that. Then next thing, I will let you know how you can be able to configure your like all the EC2 machines. We call it dynamic inventory. We'll create the inventories here. We call it dynamic inventory, uh, using which you can be able to catch or configure all your EC2 machines. That's all very interesting, guys. You will be amazed to see, all this automation. So that we will cover tomorrow onwards. We'll start with the Ansible, and then after that we'll start with the Terraform. So I think it's okay for today, guys. If you have any question, please ask me. If you don't have any question, please practice everything. Email me, ask question in the next session. That would be great. So if you do not have any question, guys, we can call it off. Okay, guys, sure. So thank you so much for joining today's session. We'll again meet tomorrow at the same time on the same link with Ansible that we will start with.